Like the game, just disappointed that we're going to have to wait for mid to late July for Season 1. Honestly, I feel like they should have waited longer for Season 1. I feel like either they should have launched with Season 1 or they should have waited longer, because having only a month and a half to 2 months for the preseason feels too short.
I'm not ready yet.
And I feel like that's causing a lot of contention with people who don't want to start over already. I never did seasons on Diablo 3 and definitely will on 4, but I just found out you have to make a new character. Yes. Yes. Which is, it's very normal for Diablo. But because the game is still so new, a lot of people haven't finished leveling what they want to level on the preseason. So it feels weird right now. A lot of people are just freaking out about it without ever actually trying it. And I think we just need to wait until they actually announce their plans and how seasons are going to feel and give it a chance. What I think of the seasons on 3. So when 3 launched, they, like, similar to Diablo 2, originally it was just planned to be a box game, right? They didn't have any plans of it being a live service and no plans of doing seasons. So when Reaper of Souls came out, they did a lot of things to fix Diablo 3. And by that point, a lot of people already gave up on the game and never went back to try it out. And I understand that completely. And then when they finally did do seasons, it was like, you know, years after even Reaper of Souls came out, if I remember right. And the first 15 or so seasons were just seasonal resets with no new content, no nothing. And then they finally announced that they're going to do themed seasons. And that was like I think it was season 15. But the first one was double treasure goblins. And they continued to be like that for a while, where they added very little new content. And so people were like, okay, Diablo 3 seasons suck. And I get it. However, once they got like up into the 20s, the seasons actually started being pretty damn good, pretty interesting. But a lot of people never got to play that because they didn't realize that they actually started giving a shit about the game. So the later seasons of Diablo 3, the long story short, is the later seasons were really good, which is what Diablo 4 said they were inspired by for their seasons, but they're planning on going way bigger than Diablo 3 ever did. So I'm really excited for Diablo 4 seasons. Does everything start at the beginning? So when you start a seasonal character, they just announced the other day that your map will be, like, the map progress that you have on your preseason characters will carry over. So if you have the whole map explored, it'll be explored on your seasonal character. All of your altars of Lilith that you've collected will be collected on your seasonal character. And you will get the renown for doing all of those 2 things, which will give us like the first 2 tiers of renown for each zone. But we'll have to redo the side dungeons, we'll have to redo the side quests, and we'll have to redo the strongholds and that kind of stuff. And go get all the waypoints again. They did say the main capital cities, we will start with the waypoints for those. The other ones will show up on the map if we have them explored, but we'll have to go recollect them, which will be super easy. We just have to ride from town to town. Good answer. Sounds like seasons is something to be excited for. It really should be, but even myself, like, I'm cautiously optimistic, waiting on them to announce what season 1's going to be. A lot of people think season 1's not going to have much content. I'm on the other side where I think they're going to have a shitload of content. Like, I think they held content back from launch because they knew they wanted to have a banger season 1. So we can't pick seasonal or non-seasonal. No, we can. We can. You can continue to play your Eternal Realm characters, which is what they're calling non-season. So you don't have to make a seasonal character if you don't want to. But if you want to do the battle pass, you will have to play a seasonal character to do that. And the seasonal characters are the only ones that are going to get the new mechanics and stuff. They did say that when seasons launch, like, the new items are going to also go to non-season. But they were kind of unclear if that meant at the beginning or at the end of the season. Because in previous Diablo games, it was always at the end of the season, the new stuff would also go to non-season. But it kind of sounded like they said that they would also come out at the same time at the beginning of the season. So I guess we'll find out when it actually happens. If anybody is new to Diablo, I highly recommend trying out the season. Even if you're just going to play it, like, casually and then also play a non-season character, I would at least try it out because I think it's going to be a lot of fun. The one big difference about the Diablo 4 seasons is they said that they want it to affect the game, like, from level 1. So it's not going to be just endgame stuff that they're adding. It's going to be something that's going to change the whole flow of the game right from character creation. Or I think they said within the first hour. That's good. At least it's not a full reset like getting the yeah. Originally, I think it was going to be a full reset, but enough people kind of weighed in and said, like, you know, like, do we have to do all of it? Because that sounds super grindy. And what I would love to see is make us redo the dungeons, because we're going to be doing dungeons anyways, right? And make us go get the waypoints again. That's fine. That's easy. But instead of the side quests, like, make that renown come from the new seasonal content. Because I don't really want to do the side quests over and over every season. That sounds kind of boring. Or add new side quests based on the seasonal theme. That'd be cool. Which I know they are adding some. But is it going to be enough to level all of our renown? Probably not. I don't know. Honestly, it's so good. Like, the season reset is what makes Diablo exciting every 3 months. Because once you're high levels, that's like the game is stale at that point. Like, it's like the leveling process is like what's fun about Diablo. Like, sure, it's fun to have a max level character to mess around, but like, you'd be over the new seasons in 5 hours if you were just playing the same max level character that's already decked out every season.